Hello again, YouTube. We are back, and welcome to the Eden Wellness Alliance's Thursday official State of the Association address, where we go over different things as well as where we go over different articles or videos, and as well as announcing our events and things we have coming up. So we're going to have to be pretty quick this week because my computer does not have its power supply with it. So I'm going to bounce right into it. We have one event coming up. It's going to be this Saturday. It is about emotional essential oils, how it affects your eating habits, and different things like that. It's going to be at the Metabolic Research Center in Fort Smith. It's at 3321 South 74th Street, Suite E, Fort Smith, Arkansas 72903. That is the announcement I have. I'm not going to bother with anything else right now because we need to get this done before my computer runs out of batteries while running all the two monitors and a thing. So let's bounce right into it. We're actually going to go over a video today. So our video is going to be from the doTerra Essential Oils official YouTube channel. This is about their daily nutrient pack. And we're going over that because I was rewatching a few things this morning and I thought it was a good video, but I did have some remarks about it. So let's go ahead and pop that up to full screen so everybody can see fairly well. And you guys should be able to hear the audio as well. So let's go ahead and do that. Turn it right there.
Our bodies are complex and amazing. As we've learned more about them, we've also discovered ways to maximize what our bodies can do. We're living longer than we ever have.
Okay, stop right there for a second because I did have a remark when I was watching this earlier, and since it's only 3 minutes and 55 seconds, I can stop in between. We don't technically live longer than we used to. We have a higher average longevity, not a higher actual longevity, because infant mortality rates are what drive down a lot of the previous generation's life expectancy. That's what drove it down more than anything else. Because if you live past 3 or 4, you usually live to 70 or 80. So there is something like that to consider. You still lived about as long as we do today. That's just a misconception that I wanted to point out. Otherwise, no big fussing about this statement.
In just the last 50 years, the average life expectancy in the United States has increased by 10 years. But what are those extra 10 years like? Is that a decade doing what you enjoy with those you love? Or like many, are we wishing we had taken better care of ourselves? While life expectancy has increased, so have healthcare costs, to the tune of about 112% in the last 15 years. We may be living longer, but we're doing so with more problems and challenges.
So that has a lot to do with they're not wrong, but the information is a bit off in the sense of we are living, the majority of people, a different majority of people are living longer, like we pointed out, and the average life expectancy has gone up. When you start to learn more about health and things like that, having a quality of life there that you're used to becomes very important. And we prioritize that now more than past generations used to, because past generations just getting there was great. Just getting that old was something that you didn't expect to do, in the sense of, wow, I'm 80 years old, and 80 years old with a hard life. So I wouldn't agree that we have less quality of life in ours. We probably have more, but our challenges are different than our ancestors and previous generations. So just not necessarily a disagreement, just kind of a clarification or a nitpick.
It's not just a matter of living longer. It's living better for longer. One of the best ways to take care of our body is to eat right. The food we eat provides our bodies with the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients they need to function at peak levels. But we need to understand that there is an optimal level, a zone of nutrition where our bodies get the most benefit from the proper amount of nutrients.
This is actually the part I really did like about the video. So, the understanding that they're about to go in to talk about understanding why it's good not to have a bunch of macro or micro, but more of an optimal range in your supplements.
Unfortunately, with our modern diets, even when we eat the right foods, we still fall short of providing the nutrients our bodies require on a daily basis. 9 out of 10 adults don't meet the recommended daily allowances of vitamin D and E, and 50% of us are deficient in vitamin A, calcium, and magnesium. These deficiencies can lead to a lack of energy, poor immune function, joint discomfort, and many other problems. To fill in those deficiencies, we turn to supplements, but even then, our body's true needs are overlooked. Often, less expensive multivitamins use low quality or artificial ingredients, falling short of getting us to our optimal level in most nutrients. In contrast, many of the high-end multivitamins do the exact opposite. They provide a mega dose of nutrients that our bodies don't need and can't use. The doTerra approach, however, has a much different result.
Okay, before he tells you about that result, the having too much is just as bad as having too little, because your body has to be able to utilize them. And a lot of the times those ones that they're talking about aren't in balance with each other. The nutrients aren't in balance with each other so that they can be effectively used by the body. Because if you just supplement vitamin D, you're just giving your body vitamin D. You're not giving it the other nutrients that it necessarily needs to do the things it needs to do. So that is something to think about.
As the nutritional foundation of lifelong vitality, Z Omega and Microplex MVP